last time I was talking about the Penn Care waiting list, and some of my questions had to do with, how many people are on the waiting list. Is that something that's localized? I did, since you were here, talk to some of my locals, and I'm assuming this is similar in most areas. In the last 8 years, we had a 74% increase in reported cases of protective services.
Correct.
58% of those were substantiated for abuse or neglect. And I also, this may not be normal, had a 33% growth over the last decade in 85-plus seniors, 85 years and older and seniors. And that's saying something when you have seniors that old that are going to be needing more services. So we're concerned about these waiting lists. So I guess the final question that I would have for you is, what are the top 3 services that seniors are waiting to receive?
Okay. Well, let's start with the waiting list in terms of, and just to clarify, because Penn Care is a line item with a lot of different programs. So the waiting list is that I'll be referring to, the numbers are specific to the options program.
Okay.
So currently we have 3,959 individuals who are on the waiting list. However, again, there needs to be a clarification that doesn't mean all of them have no service being rendered to them. Correct. There's 1,347 that are receiving some level of services. The AAAs have a lot of autonomy, and I think we mentioned that before. So some AAAs choose to, when a care plan is developed on an individual, provide the full complement of services that are being recommended. In other cases, so that there isn't a waiting list, they'll provide those that are most immediate and essential to the individual. So it may be a lower scope of services that is being provided. So as a result, some counties will have a waiting list and others won't. Right now, there's 18 counties that do not have waiting lists out of
67.
The 67 counties, correct.
Do you know, is there, like, overall, is there 3 services in particular where
yes,
there's the greatest need?
Correct. The primary services that individuals are waiting for is personal care, home support, and personal emergency response systems. So those devices that will alert someone that a senior is in trouble and needs help.
So that's consistent with the data I'm getting from back home, I think. I thank you for that. I know some of my area agencies didn't have a wait list until 2018. We've talked about the silver tsunami that's coming upon us, and with the statistics I gave you, you can see I have a district with quite an aging population who are, for the most part, fairly mobile and independent, but over time may need some assistance. So my concern is the growth of this waiting list is going to continue, and I hate to see it get out of reach or something that we can't control. So if we could continue to dialogue, if you see an uptick in that list, could you please inform us to see if there's something we should be doing?
Sure. The other thing I want to add, so the committee understands, we monitor the list as well on our end, and as resources become available, we'll look for opportunities to support the AAAs. So again, we're trying to stay on top of that as well, because I agree in terms of the numbers you cited, in terms of the senior population. We're at about 24%. In the next 2 years, 25% of our population will be over 60, and that is going to grow. I think the diversity of that population is another factor that we have to take into account. So I agree with you, and it's something that we'll continue to monitor very closely.
Right, and I think some of what concerns me is we have people who need in-home services, and if we have a significant amount of those people on the waiting list, what's going on until we get them off the waiting list? Are they becoming sicker? Are they needing nursing home care when we may have been able to avoid it? So that's one of my concerns.